Hi everybody, hope you're well. This video was requested by Equigirl. So the question was, what did I think of those external sites? Because some of the forums has possibly, people have misbehaved and it's got to the point now that Howrse are very, I don't know what's the word, very strict about what's written in the forums. And therefore a lot of people have sort of migrated off the forums and switched to different social media sites or just external sites, and the drama has kind of moved there. And obviously, once it moves outside of the Howrse community, which is a very much a moderated and policed sort of situation, then you're on these social media sites which maybe don't have the same kind of policing. So, what were my thoughts on that? And I thought it was a really interesting question because I have seen certain arguments start on the likes of Facebook or maybe on the likes of Twitter or maybe on the likes of somewhere else. And I think sometimes it gets really out of hand because there's no way to control it. Now, I think at the same time it can be really great because sometimes you get little communities that move out and they use a different form of communication outside of the Howrse forums, and a really positive relationship is built there, one that's very helpful, people helping each other and so forth. But you also have the ability that I think it's much easier for people to get scammed outside of Howrse. A lot easier probably to get bullied on social media. It does open up in terms of selling horses and things, because I think then you can, you don't have the limits of, you're not allowed to advertise in forums, but if you're on a Facebook group, then you can advertise probably your horses as much as you wanted. But I think also it brings in sort of grey areas, well, not necessarily grey areas, but people pass an item trafficking, trafficking accounts. I think it opens up a lot of safety issues because I think there's a huge potential there for people to get scammed, because you have to think about it. Some people might immediately move to the social media aspect and not stay, or maybe not have ever been introduced to the Howrse way of things, so they maybe don't realise that some of these things they shouldn't do. So then when they do them on Howrse and they get caught doing it, then there's that issue. I have noticed that quite a lot of people advertise quite openly on these external sites for things that within game they'd be sanctioned for very, very quickly. I do notice that. But it's happening outside of Howrse and on external sites, so Howrse technically can't do anything there about it. But if they can prove it that you've been doing it in game, then obviously they can do something about it. I think it would be a really interesting discussion. I'd really love to hear people's thoughts on this because I think it's a really interesting thing, and I think it is becoming more prevalent now. I am noticing more and more different groups starting up on different websites and stuff, and very. I think it depends on the people obviously of within those little communities as how they grow and develop. And I sort of wonder too, or some of them I think do gain stability and then they grow, and I think some other ones maybe fizzle out, or maybe there becomes a lot of drama and then people decide, oh, I can't handle this anymore. But I would say a certain amount of caution, because if you go to an external site and then you start getting abuse, Howrse can't do anything about it, because as far as they're concerned it happened somewhere else, so it's not their problem. So it's one of those things I think you have to be really careful about it. But I thought it was a really interesting question, and I would really love to hear people's the good and the bad on it, really. And that's sort of my thoughts on that. Anyway, thank you to Equigirl for the question. Hope you love it.